What is going on, Bills Mafia? It's your man Rev, and you are tuned in to the Rated Rev Show. Right now, do me this favor, hop on in here and let's get this thing popping, baby. As you know, in case you don't know, now you know. The Buffalo Bills just put on an epic show. Epic with a capital E in Orchard Park earlier today, where the offense exploded and they got a massive victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 44-32. Bills over the Bucs. The Bills put out a 40 burger, baby, against these red hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers that entered the game at 6-3. Now, I am going to tell you straight up. I entered this game and I did not believe this team was going to beat this Bucs team. I'm just going to be honest. I did not think the Bills were going to win this game. The Bills have not really shown me a whole lot this year, and maybe that's the reason for my negativity on this team, is because I have such high expectations for them. It's where when they're 6-3, I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then when I see the offense stalling like it has, I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. You call me spoiled, that's fine. I'll be spoiled. The Bills did it. I'm used to this team dominating. And in a year right now where the AFC is so wide open, and many would think that the Bills have, one of the easier schedules this year. I expected complete and utter dominance from this team. But here the Bills sit, going into this game 6-3, second place in the division, behind the New England Patriots, who are hot right now. And I'm like, yo, what's going on with this team? We look at the defense. Defense, for one, can't stay healthy. That's the big thing. They can't stay healthy. They were bad early in the season. Then they got Michael Hoyt and Larry Ogunjobi, and we saw an incredible performance against the Carolina Panthers. And then we saw them go out against the Kansas City Chiefs and beat them down. And I'm like, yo, all right, this is the Bills team I'm talking about. Only for them to lose Michael Hoyt the week before against the Panthers. They lost Ed Oliver. And so here come the injuries, right? And I'm like, man, I don't know if this defense is going to be able to recover. Then we get bad performances from our linebackers. Matt Milano looking like a shade of himself, a shell of his former self. And then Terrell Bernard looking completely awful. Like, this is the worst I've seen him play in his career. Bad. Looking like he's dealing with an injury. We don't know. But he looks bad on film. Taron Johnson looking bad. So defensively, I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. Now we get these injuries. These guys showing their age. What's going on? On top of that, you want to compound that issue with an offense that is stuck in the mud. Like, this offense is stuck on the side of the street, hazard lights on right now, or for another analogy, like they're in the shop. Trade deadline came and went, right? The Bills' offense is in the shop. Brandon Beane, the owner of this vehicle right now, he's like, yo, no, I'm not paying for no new parts. I'm not paying the cost for a new part. So he takes the offense out of the shop, finds some shade tree, or goes back to the crib and starts to try to DIY this offense. That's kind of what this looked like. And I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I can't trust it. You got Joe Brady calling games that look bad, so inconsistent. Offense looks very predictable. You get the whole, outlook conversation going on about wide receivers and are they getting open, or maybe they are getting open. Then you got Josh Allen playing like bad football. And you can look at the numbers and you can say, well, I mean, he's kind of tit for tat for what he did last year. But when you look at the games, though, you know something's off with Josh. He's just not himself. He's not the same Josh that we're so used to seeing dominate. He didn't look like MVP Josh of late, all season really, except maybe a couple of games here and there. And then you got the Keon Coleman situation. Mind you, all of this is what I've got on my brain entering this game. Keon Coleman. Man, this young brother right here, year 2, sophomore slump, big time. But he just can't seem to get out of his own way. In the doghouse with Sean McDermott. Not once, not twice, a few times already. And it's bad enough when you're not really performing on the field for you to get in the doghouse. But for you to get in the doghouse because you're not acting like a pro, that's a completely different story. And word on the street, well, Sean McDermott confirmed it at the the post-game press conference that he's missing meetings. Like, bro, how are you a pro, sophomore, second year in the league, and you have these issues? And reportedly, this kind of stuff goes all the way back to Florida State days, which makes you question Brandon Beane and his scouting department. Like, did they not vet this brother good enough? So you got Keon Coleman who can't show up to meetings like he's supposed to. And this stuff has been happening back in Florida State. You draft him anyway, but not only do you draft him, you trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. And you draft this guy. Like, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, hey, to me, sirens are going off in the front office. There's a lot going on. So entering this game, I'm like, man, look, I don't really have a whole lot to stand upon. And I'm just tired of the whole blind belief, Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of doing that because I have put myself out there as a Bills fan for my entire life to only get shut down. And so call it a defense mechanism, and that's just what it is. I have reverted to lowering my expectations of this team so that when they don't meet those expectations, I don't get my feelings hurt. I'm just being honest. I'm human. You guys know I'm highly emotional, man. If you guys follow me, you know I'm highly emotional. But that's how I fan. That's how I do it. And so I have developed this callous towards this team. And even though this team is so dominant and has been dominant and a Super Bowl contender for years, they have ended the season in heartbreaking fashion after heartbreaking fashion. And so, I'm like, I'm not setting myself up for that. I'm just not doing it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm still a fan. But, I still critique him, though. So I'm looking at this game, and I'm like, don't sleep on Baker Mayfield. I know this Bucs team is injured without Bucky Irvin. They don't have Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. But Todd Bowles is a heck of a defensive coordinator, heck of a head coach. Don't sleep on him. Emeka Egbuka is him. They still got enough weapons, and coming into this game, that was my mindset. But boy, oh boy, looking at the end result, I'm glad I'm wrong. Glad to be wrong. I ain't got no shame in my game. Glad to be wrong. I love the Bills. I want them to win, but I'm still going to critique them. That's just me. I'm not, I try to be objective, mixed in with some emotions too, because I'm just an emotional fan. That's how I roll. But early on in this game, man, look, it was looking like one of those games again. And I'm looking at this game and I'm like, yo, all right, Josh Allen, first of all, came into this game and was looking bad. But before I get into all of that, before I get into all the game antics and what happened and all this kind of stuff, let's just kind of real quickly go around the NFL, because there has been some major news with these slate of games. I hope you guys seen it. I watched it before hopping on the stream, and I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. You have the Denver Broncos beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the last minute, last seconds, with the last second field goal. They won. What was it, 19-16? Let me see if I can find that score again. No, I'm sorry. 22-19. Last second field goal to vault the Broncos to 9-2 on the year. And guess who is the new number 1 seed in the AFC right now? The Denver Broncos. But guess where the Kansas City Chiefs are? 5-5 on the season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Kansas City Chiefs, the team that has wrecked shop in the AFC for years, is sitting on the outside looking in at 5-5. And can I tell you something? They're not even in the current playoff standings right now. They're out. They're out. If the playoffs started next week, the Kansas City Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, will be sitting here at the 9 seed. So here's the current AFC seeding right now in the playoffs. If the playoffs were to start right now, Denver Broncos, number 1 seed. Guess who's got the 2 seed? You already know. The New England Patriots, who are leading the division, they're 9-2 right now. 3-0 in the division. Will the Bills catch up? I don't know. The 3 seed, we got Indianapolis Colts at 8-2, followed by the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4, and then your Buffalo Bills, the 5 seed, followed by the Chargers, 6, the Jags, 7 seed at 6-4. So according to the ESPN playoff machine right now on the AFC side, the Denver Broncos got the 1 seed. They got the first round bye. And here is what the wild card games look like. The Jacksonville Jaguars will head into New England to play the Patriots. The Chargers go to Indy to play the Colts. And the Buffalo Bills go to Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Man, I am loving all of that right now. All of it. All of it. I'm so glad to see the Kansas City Chiefs at the 9 seed right now. I'm so glad, because I can't stand that team. I just can't stand them. People will be like, yo, hey, how can you not like Pat Mahomes? I'm sure Pat's a great guy. I'm sure he is. I don't too much care for him. Respect him. Respect his talent. Respect what he's done. Don't like the guy. Don't like Travis Kelce. Don't like Rasheed Rice. Don't like Worthy. Don't like none of them dudes. Don't even like Andy Reid. I don't like none of them. Can't stand them. So I'm glad that they're on the outside looking in right now. And they have a huge hole to climb out of. So if the playoffs started right now, where do you think the Bills would how do you think the Bills would do? Do you see them going into Pittsburgh winning? Man, I like that matchup. Not gonna lie, but it just depends on what Bills team do you see, which is why I'm glad that we're gonna get a glimpse of that here in a few weeks when Buffalo travels to Pittsburgh here again in a few weeks. So I'm interested in seeing that. But I like the matchups. If I were to pick, let's just make some random picks here. The Bills at Steelers. Do I project the Bills to win in the playoffs? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Let's just have some fun with it, okay? Let's say the Bills beat the Steelers. All right. The Chargers. Do you see the Chargers going into Indianapolis and winning? Honestly, I don't. So you got the Colts winning that. So now you got the 3 and the 5 seed in. What about Jacksonville going into New England and winning that game? Do you see that happening? I don't. So I see the Patriots winning. So here's what I see. It looks like you got the Patriots winning, the Colts winning, and then the Bills at the 5 seed. So that means in the divisional round of the playoffs, if it goes down like this, you'll have Buffalo going to Denver in the divisional round as a 5 seed, matching up with the 1. And then you got the Colts going into New England. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be or would be one heck of a game. And just watching the way the Broncos just played against the Kansas City Chiefs, man, that defense of the Broncos is no joke, man. No joke. I mean, holding the Chiefs to 19 points. But, I mean, you got to give it to Kansas City because they came to play too. And the Broncos narrowly escaped with a last-second field goal to win 22-19. I don't know how I feel about that game, about that matchup, Buffalo going to Denver. I don't know because that defense is sick. It's sick. And in the Bills, I got to look out for Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, the running game, Bo Nix. That would be an incredible matchup. But as far as the other ones, like the Colts going into New England, I actually think the Colts, I don't know, man. Like my initial thoughts would be the Colts are a better team than the Patriots. But for some reason, seeing them go to New England on the road makes me think that Vrabel will have something for Daniel Jones and will just be a thorn in their side. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Patriots won that game. And the Patriots are in the AFC Championship game, waiting on the winner between the Bills and the Broncos. But just for fun's sake, I mean, why not? We're already here. Let's say the Bills win. They beat the 1 seed Broncos in Denver. And then they go to New England in the AFC Championship game. How you like them apples? Man, that would be crazy. Crazy, right? Bills seeing the Patriots for the 3rd time in the season. That'd be crazy. But that's so far down the road right now. But I am interested in seeing how this, just looking at this playoff picture and seeing how it kind of develops week after week. And I'm just so glad to see the Chiefs where they are right now, man. It's beautiful. So anyway, going back to this Bills game. Early on in the game, it didn't look good for the Bills. Not going to lie. Josh Allen was looking like some hot garbage. Let's just be honest. He was looking bad in that first half. He was. I mean, turnovers, interceptions, missing guys open. Like it was looking like it was going to be one of those Buffalo Bills games again. And I'm going back and forth. You guys know me, man. Like I'm on game days. I'm tuned in, and I'm watching my man, the Kingpin, on the Buffalo Fanatics. Man, I got him on on my phone. I'm watching the game live on TV, and I got my man Kingpin and his game day reaction show on my phone, and I'm going in, man. I'm all in the comments. I'm all in the live chat. What's good? Stirring it all up because I know my man Pierre. Yo, shout out to Pierre, man. Hey, go follow the Fanatics, man. If you haven't followed them already, go ahead and follow them. Turn on those bell notifications so that way you guys, so that way you're always in the know when it comes down to watch a stream. And watching my man Pierre on game days, yo, it's pure comedy, man. It's so funny. And I love to get my man worked up because, yo, he has a huge pet peeve. He cannot stand fans who make such bold blanket claims. He can't stand it. Like for instance, I'll go in there and I'm like, if I see the game going a certain type of way, I'm like, yo, it's done. It's a wrap. Game over. Bills ain't doing nothing. It's game is over. It's done. And my man will catch it. Yo, and he will go. He will lose his stuff, man. I love it. He'll lose it. And I'm sitting here just laughing, and I'm going back and forth in the chat because I love to get my man worked up. And Pierre going off, man. And yo, it's just funny. You guys got to go back in there and watch it, man. Go back if you hadn't seen it. Go to the Buffalo Fanatics, watch the live game day reaction show by my man Pierre, and catch how he just goes bananas, in the chat. It's funny, man. Calling me fair weather, but bipolar fans, I love it. I love it, but I gotta stir my man up. But they know I'm emotional. They know that. They know it. So they're gonna get it. Every week, I'm gonna say something slick, say something sideways. And it doesn't bother me. I'm glad to be wrong. I don't care. And so I'm in the game, like looking at, I think it was by halftime, and I'm like, yo, I'm not liking the way I'm seeing this right now. Halftime, the Bills finally got me. They took the lead at half, 21-20, going into half. But man, prior to that, I'm like, yo, this looks gross. It looks so bad. Josh Allen and the offense completely out of sync. The Bills' defense, though, early on were playing the best that they could, but they're getting gashed in the run game. And I'm like, yo, if they can't stop this run, and the Bills pass and the Bills offense stays stuck and stays stalled like they have been so far, they could get steamrolled. And so I'm like, yo, I'm in there, yo. I'm in the chat. I'm like, yo, it's done. We're done. Bill is game over, man. Game over. You know what I'm saying? Because emotionally in the moment, I'm like, yo, unless things change, I see where this is ending. And fault me if you want for falsely projecting or always projecting forward. Pierre, like, yo, well, you some Nostradamus now. I just project based on what I see. Like, I've gotten to the point with this team where they got to show me something different. They have to. And if that means I'm wrong, then so be it. But in the moment, I'm gonna call it as I see it. And in the moment, man, if you're watching that game, it was bad. It didn't look good. Bills can't stop the run early on. It was bad. Letting not just their backup running back of the Bucs, but I think like their third string running back, Sean Tucker, for crying out loud, went off, absolutely off in this game. 19 carries for 106 yards. Averaging, at one point, it was over 6 yards a carry. Ended the game at 5.5 with 2 touchdowns. I'm like, yo, who is number 44? And why can't we stop this dude? Like, we're talking about their third string running back. It would be like Ty Johnson running all over, the Bucs. That's what it'd be like. The third string running back running all over them. I mean, you've got Bucky Irvin didn't play. Rashad White early on was doing some things. He ended the game 10 for 51. But then Sean Tucker just exploded. broke the dam a few times, and I'm like, "Oh man, here we go, here we go, here we go." So it's no wonder I was like that. No wonder. But second half came about, and the Bills started to turn the tide, and that is when the game changed. And so I want to talk about some of my roses, man. I've got to give out some roses. Rev's roses, man, for the game. These are going to be my shout outs to standout players, man, that fueled the win, that did what they had to do, showed up and showed out in this game. And for me, in no particular order, I've got to give a shout out to Ty Johnson. I know, right? Ty Johnson, right? But I mean, third string running back didn't really do anything in the ground game. I mean, 1 carry for 9 yards, but he was instrumental in the pass game. Instrumental in the pass game. He only had 2 receptions, but 61 yards, and he had that 52-yard touchdown. Y'all remember that one? Huge touchdown. I think that touchdown was the one that he scored right before the half to get the Bills up. Like, that was crazy. That way the Bills needed that. And Ty Johnson stepped up. 30.5 yards average, man, per reception. And again, he only had 2 receptions, but that one broke free for 52 and a touchdown. But not only did I had to give a shout out to Ty. At some point, in the game, I'm like, yo, where's Cook? Why is my man Cook out of the game? But Ty Johnson, man, was sparking that passing game out of the backfield. And so shout out to Ty Johnson, man. He's got my rose. Another player, a guy, man, like I don't think many people thought would do a whole lot, especially when you looked at the game day roster, the game day actives and inactives. And you saw the shakeup with Keon Coleman, and then we got Gabe Davis coming back. I, for one, thought that this was going to be the Josh Palmer, Dawson Knox show. You know who showed up today that gets a rose from me? That's Tyrell Shavers, man. Tyrell Shavers came in this game, and he was the guy in his Buffalo Bills passing attack today. Who would have thought? Shavers, 4 receptions, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, 43-yard long one. We also had that long bomb that Josh gave him on scramble drill. And that right there, man, it's plays like that that show you why Keon Coleman is inactive. Like, in addition to him missing meetings or showing up to meetings later, whatever the case may be, on the field, when you look at a guy like Tyrell Shavers, like the effort that he puts in, the work that he puts in, you can tell the brother's hungry, man. And on that scramble drill play that Josh Allen gifted to him for the touchdown, when Josh broke the pocket, he kept working. He wasn't jogging around all nonchalantly, on the field, thinking, oh, I ain't getting this ball, and why am I even here playing? Why am I on the field, blah, 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 blah. It ain't coming to me anyway. No, he kept working. And he broke himself free in the back of the end zone, man. Got behind the defense, and Josh found him. And an incredible catch. Tyrell Shavers, man. 4 receptions, 90 yards, 22.5 yards per reception. What a game by Tyrell Shavers. Incredible game. Incredible game. Next on my list is Gabe Davis. I know when you look at the stat sheet, it didn't look like he did a whole lot. 3 receptions, 40 yards. didn't score. He was targeted 4 times, averaged a little over 13 yards per reception. But Gabe, some of those receptions, man, were clutch. Those receptions, were clutch. That 4th down reception, man. You guys remember that? I think it was that 4th down reception where Josh found Gabe. I think it was a slant, and he threaded the needle to Gabe. And Gabe caught that thing, and I'm like, yo, that was so clutch. But that just goes to show you why Josh trusts him so much. He does. I mean, they have built that rapport for years, man, when Gabe was first in Buffalo. And I know, I get it. Things didn't work out with him, once Diggs left and all that. And then the contract season came out, and, they went ahead and parted ways. And he went to Jacksonville, and a lot of Bills fans were like, yo, good riddance, man. The guy can't catch. The guy can't catch. And I found myself in that crew too, man. Like, yo, Gabe, we need better. We need better. And he just his catching, man, his drops were just bad. And I'm like, yo, when he came back, I'm like, I don't know, man. I know Josh trusts him, but dang, you're like, he's Gabe. Gabe is Gabe. We're gonna get the same Gabe, likely. But in these certain moments is where Gabe shows up, man. Which is why he got the moniker Big Game Gabe, man. You know what I'm saying? And so he showed out. He showed out. I love what Gabe did. And I think Gabe earned himself some more time, man, some more looks. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So Gabe Davis earns a rose from me. Next up, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. That's my man, Cole Bishop, y'all. Cole Bishop. That brother right there, I'm just going to be honest. Like, Cole Bishop to me, and it's weird to say this because I don't think many of us thought that this would be the case. But Cole Bishop is like, he's turned into the defense. Like, all by himself, darn near. And it makes me wonder what this defense would do or be like without his presence on the field. And it reminds me of when I think Bobby Babbitt at the end of the last year, or maybe it was in the summer, people were questioning Cole because we're seeing what he did last year, and he just wasn't looking good at all. And then Babbitt was like, yo, Cole's fine. I'm excited about what he's going to bring to the table, and he's going to be one of them dudes, man. And of course, I'm paraphrasing. And then we see him earlier in this year, and he's just not looking too good. But then, like, the switch hit. They brought Jordan Poyer, and all of a sudden, Cole Bishop turns into an absolute animal on the field. Absolute animal. And he is making play after play after play. I think the brother has 3 interceptions on the year. Like, Cole Bishop, man, is playing his tail off in the second half of the season. And today was no different. 6 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, 1 pass defense. I'm pretty sure he got an interception in this game too. Yeah, he did. Another interception. Cole Bishop, yo. He is like we see it right before our eyes. Like, this guy is turning in to the next great Sean McDermott safety. The only difference is he's homegrown, drafted, developed. I mean, we've seen what Sean and Babbage did with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Now it seems that They found that guy in Cole Bishop. And man, I couldn't be any more happy for Cole. I think he's having a fantastic second half of the season. And man, it's like, sky's the limit for this brother. But I think like right now, he's playing like he's the MVP of the defense right now. That's kind of where I'm at with where he is. Like I don't see anybody else defensively that's playing better than Cole is. You name me somebody on the field that's playing better than Cole Bishop right now, defensively. Who? You go across the defensive line. Who? Joey Bosa? Nah, no. Nobody else. Deion Walker had his flashes early on in the year. He's kind of started to level out a little bit. Maybe he's hit that rookie wall. Who else? Linebackers have been awful. Let's just talk about the linebackers. Been bad. Corners. Max hadn't been playing long enough. Christian Benford ain't did nothing really all year. Who else? I mean, Cole Bishop has been that guy of the defense. And I'll tell you what, there's one play on that interception. When you watch that interception back, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, I don't even think that was his defender. Because it looked like Taron Johnson, that was his man. And you watch Cole Bishop drive on that ball, and he cuts Johnson off. Almost like get out of my way, man. And he jumped that route, snagged that ball, interception. And I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Like that guy right there, man, elite athleticism. He already has the size. He's got the speed. Maybe you forgot, but Cole Bishop runs a 4.4. And the brother's the biggest safety we had. He's bigger than Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, both of them. Over 6 feet, like 210. Like he's a big boy with that kind of athleticism, that kind of speed. And now he's got that confidence. Yo, he's gonna be him. Give him another year. We're gonna be talking about all-pro Cole. You know what I'm saying? Phenomenal day by my man Cole Bishop. 1,000%, man. Shout out to him. My next rose. And yo, early on, it wasn't looking too hot. It wasn't. He was looking like his, the brother that I thought was long gone. But then he turned it on second half and showed everybody why he was the MVP. And that's Josh Allen. Joshua Patrick Allen with an historic 6 touchdown performance, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. My man was on a heater in the second half, and he literally seems like went in the phone booth, put those glasses up, and you saw Clark Kent turn into Superman. And Josh went out in the second half, and he just turned it up another notch. And I'm like, yo, bro, where have you been? Like, that's the Josh I need to see. Because the first half, he was looking like rookie Josh. Rookie mistakes, forcing the ball. We seen that one horrible play, on their end of the field, where he was trying to scramble and get out early in the game when they couldn't diagnose Todd Bowles' blitzes. And Josh was trying to scramble and get out of there, and he just like two-hand tossed the ball. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? On that side of the field, are you trying to play hero ball like that? Ball went behind the receiver. Interception. Right down there, man. All full. Missing guys wide open, not looking to his check downs that are wide open. And I'm like, yo, this right here is rookie Josh all over again. I don't know what it is, man, but I don't like it. But Josh is off. Something ain't right. Because the offense, quite frankly, goes as Josh Allen goes. And we can just, I mean, I guess we can end the whole conversation about whether or not the issue with the Bills offense has been the wide receivers not getting open, the lack of talent at wide receiver, Joe Brady. But I think a lot of the blame falls right on number 17. Because you're the man with the ball in your hands. And when he's making these kind of mistakes, an 8-year pro, MVP, Josh, Mr. MVP, looking like Mr. Rookie, making these kind of mistakes, we cannot have it. And I'm glad he corrected himself in the second half, but we need the Josh that we're used to seeing on a much more consistent basis. Like, I don't know what it is, man. I just don't get it. But that brother right there needs to get out there. He'll yeet that Josh into the Niagara. Yeet him to Niagara Falls, man, and bring back MVP Josh consistently. That's what I need. Or maybe he just likes games to be tight. And that's kind of when he has to get in his bag. Games got to get tight. Then he finally turns it on. I don't know. I don't like it. Because it concerns me. Because, we've got games left in the season, but there comes a time when if the Bills make the playoffs, there's going to come a time when, bro, it's win to go home. We ain't got time for all that nonsense. Can't have time. We don't have time for you to be playing like doo-doo for entire half, and then try to turn it on in the second half. We can't have it, man. I'm glad you can do it, but we can't have it. So fix it, bro. Fix it, Josh. All right? But he did. My man ended up 19 for 30. 317 yards passing. 3 touchdowns in the air, 2 interceptions. QBR 71.4, rating 104.4, and then 3 rushing touchdowns, 6 carries, 40 yards, 6.7 yards per carry with 3 rushing touchdowns. Like, that's the Josh Allen I need to see. And I'm looking at the rushing numbers. Like, I'm cool with that. 6 for 40. Like, use your skills, man. Like, that's one thing that Brian Daboll did a lot is he knew what Josh was good at, and he used it a lot. He knew Josh was good with his legs. So he called design runs. Now, at that time, Josh was leaping over defenders, stiff arming them, running into them, and all that kind of stuff. And and Sean McDermott's like, yo, we've got to save Mr. Franchise, man. We got to save him. Stop all that. Josh, slide, get down. Save yourself. But that's who he is. You can't, remove that part of his game. So when I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at Josh, carrying the ball for 6 times, rushing for 40 yards in a game, he's got 3 rushing touchdowns. I'm like, I need that. I'm not saying that I need to see him go off in the ground game every week. But when it calls for it, hey, man, use your legs, bro. But not just scrambling. Throw some design runs in the game script. That's him. That's who he is. Give him a few of those design runs. You have to maximize his skill set and trust that he's going to do what it takes to protect himself. And so, man, he had a great game. He made up for a lot of those mistakes that he made early on. He really did. And so, I'm loving it, man. That's why I got to give Josh, my final rose, brother. Did his thing. But I do have an honorable mention. I do have one honorable mention, and that goes to Joe Brady. Joe Brady in this game finally opened up the passing game, which was weird timing because Yo, this is a game when it was windy like crazy, man. Crazy winds. So I'm looking at this game. I'm like, yo, I don't know if they can pass the ball in this kind of. I mean, I know Josh has a cannon. I don't know. I don't know if they'll be able to pass the ball down the field like they probably want to. So I was prepared for a lot of bubble screens, a lot of short passes. That's what I was ready for. But man, Joe Brady's like, yeah, nah, fam. We got a guy who whose arm can cut through the wind. And Josh, I mean, he was averaging over 10 yards, a pass. And so Joe Brady opened up the passing offense. Man, what do you guys think about that? Chat, you in here, man. What do you guys think about what Joe Brady managed to do in this passing offense? How do you like the way he performed? Let me know in the chat. I wonder if it was just as simple as rearranging the decks on the table, man. You know what I mean? Like, was it that simple? Just rearrange the decks that you have. Getting rid of Keon Coleman. Like, was that it? Getting a healthy Josh Palmer back in, who didn't do anything in this game. I mean, 2 for 17, didn't do nothing. Not his fault, right? He just wasn't a guy. He had 5 targets. He was targeted 5 times, 2 receptions, 17 yards. All right. But it wasn't his fault. That's just not where the ball went. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, what was the key to unlocking the Buffalo Bills passing offense just a matter of removing Keon Coleman? What do you guys think? Because Keon Coleman's sitting, and then you elevated Gabe Davis right in time. You got Josh Palmer back right in time, and those were your 3 main guys. And then you had Khalil Shakir, but Shakir didn't do anything. Nothing at all. Like, absolutely nothing. My brother was targeted 3 times. 1 reception, -3 yards. I'm so glad I sat him on the bench today. -3 yards. And I think that was that wide receiver screen that got blown up. And so I didn't really expect much out of Shakir, too, especially with the rib injury. I didn't think he was going to be himself, but I certainly didn't think he was going to do that. Like, that's craziness. But anyway, so they rearranged the decks, man. They rearranged the cards in the deck. And now I think they've got something here. They might need to make another rearrangement next week. And that's Curtis Samuel. Because on three targets, he got 2 receptions for 19 yards, 14-yard long. He had that one bobble on the sideline. Thank God for the second catch. He caught it again and then, had the toe drag swag, tapped his feet down, got the reception. But my man is he's a body catcher. And so I wonder what they're going to do next week, if he's going to be the guy or I'm looking at Elijah Moore, man. Like, I think week to week right now, you may have to kind of switch them 2 out and see, all right, who's going to be the guy? Is it going, all right, we did Curtis Samuel this week. Maybe next week it's Elijah Moore's turn. Curtis Samuel sits out. You put in Elijah Moore in the mix with Khalil Shakir, Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, Tyrell Shavers. And then you see if Elijah Moore can provide more, no pun intended, than Curtis Samuel can. Which I, for one, think he's a better route runner and a better overall receiver. But we'll see. We'll see. But nevertheless, man, it seems like they found something in the passing game just by virtue of sitting Keon Coleman down. So the Bills seem like they had a Keon Coleman problem and a Josh Allen problem. Josh Allen can fix it. He's Mr. MVP. He can fix his mistakes. He did it in the second half. We'll see what he does next week on the road in Houston. Crazy game, crazy defense. I'm telling you right now, I don't like that matchup. Short week. The Bills play their tails off right now. That's going to be crazy turnaround right there. I don't know about that. But I know that Josh can turn it around. Keon Coleman, though, he young. He hadn't really shown nothing. So I like what Joe Brady did. And it seems like the Bills may have found something here. Even with the absence of Dalton Kincaid. I mean, Dawson Knox had 3 targets, 1 reception for 23 yards. That 23-yarder was a good one. You know, I mean, you don't really expect a whole lot out of Knox, but, you know, maybe 1 week he'll pop off. But, you know, overall, I like what I saw out of the receiver room. I do. Against a stingy defense, man. Like Todd Bowles' defense ain't no joke. It really ain't. We saw it early in the game. The Bills' offensive line had trouble picking up their blitz packages. They played physical. I think someone on the broadcast said that one of our receivers I think it may have been Khalil Shakir, said that, this is going to be the most physical group of cornerbacks that we will see all year. Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, they're tough team. Tough team. Very tough. And the Bills put up 44 on them. That's craziness, right? That is. So I'm loving what I've seen so far. My question, though, to you, and I'm almost about to wrap this game up. I mean, this game. I'm almost about to wrap the show up. My question to you, Bills fans, it goes back to the issue of wide receiver, because we know this is going to be the conversation all week long, even though it's a short week. And I know Bills brass is going to be trying to hurry up and just kind of get pissed, just kind of get away from it. But you know the conversation starting tomorrow morning is going to be, should Keon Coleman return to the starting lineup? That's what it's going to be. That you know that's the question, right? And what do you guys think? Should Keon Coleman return? I mean, I saw before the game started, when we got the game day actives and inactive roster, I see a lot of people were like, yo, why are we benching Keon Coleman? They're like, you gonna put like this brother on the bench? And then we found out, yo, hold up. My man's missing meetings. He's already not playing well, but then you're missing meetings. That begs this question. Like what should Sean McDermott do with Keon Coleman going forward? I know, and it's at the end of the game, he said, well, I think he did. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But they still trust in him. I'm sure there's still a bit of trust. He's a young guy. But he's going to have to grow up real quickly. But if this was a red flag dating back to his college days, and he ain't learned it yet, and now he's a pro, making millions. I mean, he ain't making a big bag, but making more than he was at Florida State. Will he ever learn? Or is this just who he is? Is this just who Keon Coleman is? Is he a nonchalant guy that doesn't really care? And y'all got to forgive me because I'm about to get in my soapbox a little bit here, because that's kind of that's one of my issues, man. With like a lot of the current athletes right now coming out of college, they are entitled. Again, This is not a blanket statement. I'm not saying that all, athletes coming out of college are entitled, but there's a culture of entitlement. We see it. Look, I'm a teacher. Okay. I'm an elementary teacher. I've worked in middle schools, I've worked in high schools. We know the drill. You get a star athlete. You know that star athlete is getting a lot of cushion. From the classroom, fudging on grades, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. That happened at the high school level. Because, heaven forbid, the star player, is ineligible because of grades. No. Especially not when you got boosters and you got, money being moved around, you know what I'm saying? At the high school level, bruh. And then so now you got the college level where you got NIL deals going left, right, center, all over the place. So now you've got this entitlement starting, at the high school level. I mean, even at Pop Warner, these guys moved up to 7-on-7 and all that kind of stuff. And in high school, entitled, getting away with whatever. Get to college, they get these, they have these big schools. Now they get these big NIL deals. Entitled. Can't nobody tell them nothing. Why? Nobody's told them anything their entire lives. They're used to getting away. They're millionaires. Leaving college, going into the NFL like, what can you do for me? And so it's no wonder you get brothers like Keon Coleman right now. And again, I'm not saying this is who he is. I'm just questioning if it is who he is. If he's been doing this back since college time, I'm not saying that he can't change. I'm just saying he hasn't 2 years in. Could this be him? Could this speak to the culture of entitlement, though, that we see? Maybe he entered this league thinking that, he's all that. Like, bruh, you ain't all that. And thank goodness we got a head coach who's like, I don't give a flip who you thought you were coming out of college. Yeah, improved daily squat in the pro level. So you missed NAM on meeting. Miss another one if you want to. Oh, all right. You missed it. Boom. Inactive. Benched. Give me that jersey. You don't deserve it. And you ain't getting it back until you show me until you show me and your teammates that this means something to you. That you care about your profession. Because you may have been used to things been given to you. But this right here, this pro level, this is a privilege. Not many people make it to this level. And if Keon, if he don't grow up real quick and change his tune real quick, he's going to find himself on the free agent list or traded, trying to prove himself. And that's just the truth, man. That's the truth. So for his sake, I hope he learns his lesson. I do. Because I wonder, like, do we have another Kyer Elam on our team? Do we have a Kyer Elam? Is he the offense's version of Kyer Elam? They drafted high. Granted, he wasn't a first-round draft pick that they traded up for. They traded down, but they still targeted him. And he drafted him early in their second round. Like this was their guy. Passed on Lad McConkey. They said, nah, Keon Coleman is our guy. Is he the next Kyer Elam? I don't know. But for me, I'm wondering, like, how much longer do you want to, how much of a leash do you want to give him? Because now If he's not doing it, if he's not getting better, if he's not improving, if he's not showing that he's a pro, he's just wasting a roster spot. So even though you bench him, make him inactive, he's still taking up a roster spot. So what are y'all going to do? That's the conversation that's going to be had all week. For me, I think he stays on our sideline, man. Like when you found something, whether it's on offense or defense, when you found something that's working, like you don't want to do anything to upset it or to ruin it. And right now, one game in so far, I mean, they just put up 44 points on the 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home without Keon Coleman. Something tells me that we're not going to see him for a while, which might be the best thing for him and for the team, because we need guys that are hungry, that value this opportunity and don't take it for granted. Guys like Tyrell Shavers, man. Going to work, eating. You know what I'm saying? Going hungry, but getting rewarded for it. So should Keon Coleman return? For me, no. You guys let me know in the chat what you guys think about that. What do you think? Short week going to Houston, man. That's going to be tough. But I like what I'm seeing so far, what I saw. Even if it was just glimpses, but I do like what I see. I like the mix right now with Joshua Palmer, Gabe Davis. I need more out of Khalil Shakir. I need more out of him. You know, you got to look to him more. Give him the ball. Give him more things to do than just run these bubble screens. But again, there's not really a whole lot I want to just harp on or harp against because they just put up 44 points. But there's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? And this week, well, Thursday, they're going to have a tough matchup on their hands. And I know people are looking at it like, what do you mean? Like, this is the Texans. Yeah, I know they're the Texans. But do you know what the defense is looking like? They just won a close game against the Tennessee Titans, 16-13. But that defense ain't no joke. That defense gives the Bills fits. That defensive line is nasty. They bring pressure off the edge, defensive tackles, whatever. They got Derek Stingley at the cornerback position. They got players, man. They got players on that defense. So you better believe. And they're going to be at home too. Like, they're going to be ready for this game. And even though when you look at their record, they're out of it right now. 5-5 so far. Third place in the AFC South. They're going to be up for this game at home on Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. You're going to get their best. And then could we see CJ Stroud? Well, we very well might see CJ Stroud in this game Thursday night. Nico Collins, them boys going to come playing, man. So the Bills better be ready. Getting that tub, that ice tub, getting their treatments, all of that, because this is going to be another tough game on a short week on the road. Oh, man. I don't feel good about that. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel good about it. All right. But we still got a few days, man, to kind of mull over it, though. So what does this win today for the Buffalo Bills mean for the Bills heading into next week? Well, obviously the Bills improved to 7-3 on the year. They're staying strong in the AFC playoff race. As I mentioned at the top of the show, the Bills currently are the 5 seed in the NFL AFC playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, we have, going from top to bottom, first round bye goes to the number 1 seed Denver Broncos. All right. Then you get the 2 seed, you get the New England Patriots, followed by the Colts, Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Jaguars right now. All right. So the Bills sitting at 7-3. They're looking good. It's going to be a tight race for the division. Like, that's what I'm looking at. The division is still up for grabs. Well, the Patriots, I mean, they're looking hot right now at 9-2. But it looks like it's going to come down to that game. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's going to come down to what week did the Bills play the Patriots? Week 15? Week 14? Either way, like that game right there could be for the division. But now we do need New England to kind of lose one. Let me see where the Bills stand right now in the standings, not just in the playoff picture, but in the standings right now. They are, how many games back in New England are they? 1.5? 1.5 or 2 games back. They're gonna need New England to drop one. They're gonna need New England to drop one. I mean, the Bills right now, this is what, week 11. So you got 12, 13, 14. Yeah, week 15, December the 14th, man. That game could be for the division. Assuming the Bills, handle business up until that point. But if I'm Buffalo, I'm not even thinking about it right now. I'm like, you can't. Like, they can't be thinking about, oh, man, we got to catch up to the Patriots and win the division. No, I think right now, damage has already been done. Don't worry about trying to fix the damage. Just take it 1 week at a time. Like, seriously, take it 1 week at a time. Don't exert all of that energy into trying to catch up to the Patriots. Forget it. Just get in the dance. Just get in. Be focused. Be single-minded with every game that you play each week. Let the chips fall where they may. But right now, the Bills got an incredible stretch of games, man. Like, when you look at it right now, so they got the Texans on a short week. They go to Houston. Then after Thanksgiving, they go to Pittsburgh. Then they're home against the Bengals, where in that game, they could probably be seeing Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. They don't have much of a defense. But, man, that offense with that trio again, ooh, man. So, at Houston, at Pittsburgh, home against the Bengals, and then at New England. That 4-game stretch is going to be pivotal for this Bills team. So, when I'm looking at it, where do they need to be in that 4-game stretch? When you're looking at, 2-2? Just go 2-2. Can you break even in that stretch? If the Bills can break even in that stretch, go 2-2, they'll be 9-5. They'll be 9-5 with 3 games left at Cleveland, home against the Eagles, and then close out the year against the Jets at the Meadowlands. 9-5. That's kind of scary. I don't really like it. But 2 of those wins, man, one of them you would like him to go against the Patriots. Give me the Patriots and the Steelers, because those are 2 playoff teams right now. Bengals and Texans not currently in the playoff picture. Could we afford to lose those 2 games? Yeah, you wouldn't like it, but I would much rather them have wins over winning teams like the Steelers and the Patriots in that 4-game stretch. That will help them out. Bills 9-5 going to Cleveland. Win 2. Beat the Browns, beat the Jets. In the year 11-6. That's fine. I don't care if you're a wild card. Just get in there, man. Like at this point right now, the Bills just have to get in. And if they are able to get it together offensively like this and play consistent football, not put too much pressure on themselves, but just go in and just play your best week after week, they might be able to make some noise. I don't know, man. We'll see. Again, that's so far down the road, but yet it isn't. And for me, while I'm sitting here looking at the defense, giving up over 30 points to a Buccaneers team that is without Bucky Irvin, without Mike Evans, and without Chris Godwin. I may be like, yo, just forget the defense. Just forget it. Offense, just win. You may have to score 40 or 30 plus. Because I don't know if the defense is going to be able to hold. Like, I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. But you guys let me know what you think. How you feel about this win. What does it say for the Bills going forward? What does it mean? Is it a confidence boost after a game full of resilience and lead changes, 9 lead changes throughout the game? Is this a slingshot win for the Bills as they enter this 4-game stretch against tough matchups? We said it. Against the Texans on the road, against the Steelers on the road, against the Bengals at home, but possibly with Joe Burrow. Then on the road against the Patriots. Like, that's a 4-game stretch for your tail, man. Is this win today, was this win a slingshot that can propel this team to even possibly win in the division? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that win in the chat. As the week progresses, we're going to be talking about the Texans. My early thoughts right now, I'm just not feeling good about it just because it's a short week and the Bills put everything they had into climbing into that game and winning this game. A tough physical game. I think they escaped on the injury front. I think, don't quote me on that. I think they did. We'll get more news out of One Bills Drive this week. But like this short week, man, it's just, I just don't like it. I don't like those short weeks on the road, especially after playing a tough game like this. So I don't know. We'll see. But again, you guys let me know what you think about the Bills' victory. Is it propelling them right now, into the stretch? Is it a confidence boost? Are they gaining momentum heading into this Thursday night football game against the Texans? You let me know in the chat. Should Sean McDermott continue to keep Keon Coleman on the sidelines for the foreseeable future? Does Gabe need to keep playing? Does it need to be a shakeup? Move Curtis Samuel on the inactive list and call up my man Elijah Moore. What do you think, Bills Mafia? Man, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section of this video. But hey, man, for those of you who showed up, for those of you, man, who came and joined me in the stream, I appreciate you. Much love to you guys, man. God bless, man. And hey, you know me. I'm going to continue to be my emotional self. You're going to find me every single week right there in the live game day stream. My man here the Kingpin Game Day Reaction. Turn it up. That's how I do it. And you can find me right here, Game Day Reaction, late Sunday night after the Bills game. But until next time, baby, it's your man Rev. As always, grace and peace. God bless. And I'll holler at y'all next week. Go Bills.